Okay, what I have for you here. So, even though I've already opened this box, but I wanted to go over it because I haven't actually gone over the pack that's inside this. So, where I get these at CVS. Many people have probably seen these. And I'm also testing a new microphone, so hopefully you can hear me a little better. Um, we'll try to get better lighting, but uh, so I get these boxes at CVS with my so like when I get my flexible spending for my health savings account, or some people have a FSA or flexible spending account for their like work health savings. So like your work might give you a work for your benefits. They sets so like they do, instead of taxing you on the money, put it in an account for you to use for your like medical expenses, so they don't tax you on it. But you have to spend the money toward medical expenses. So they might some workplaces give you like a debit card or whatever to use for that. Other ones make you do like a system where you give them the receipts and then you turn those in to get your refunds based on it. But anyway, mine does debit cards. But CVS has like a rewards thing where you build up some amount, and after a period of time, then they'll show in your account that you have like $10 off or whatever, like a reward outstanding, where anyway. So usually, like if I build up enough, like from buying stuff at CVS, then they'll say like, oh, I have $10 available to spend. So occasionally, like I'll use it to buy these products like this. So they have these for like basketball. They have them for baseball. I think Walgreens also has them for football. I've tried the Walgreens ones. I'm not that crazy about the baseball or the football ones. I've never really gotten very good cards out of them. But they usually have like some selection of cards and a pack, like a retail pack of cards. So I'll show you what is kind of like what's in these. This is an example. But the reason I like the baseball ones, especially from CVS, and they're not all going to be like this, but the reason that I like getting them from CVS more recently is that I tend to get hoops. And I've gotten quite a bit of these packs from CVS in this kind of like product. I think I've gotten like maybe like 10 of these. And of the 10, I think I've gotten like 7 of these NBA hoops packs, and 3 of the 6 packs that I previously opened, 3 of them had Michael Jordan cards. So that's why I'm like pretty happy with this. And these, for whatever reason, like by themselves, like on eBay, can go for like $6 each. So I think these are like roughly $6.99 the last time I was there at CVS. I mean, the prices may change like whenever you watch this video, but when I was there recently, they had them for $6.99. That's what I paid when I went today at my local CVS here. But I don't know if they're the same everywhere, but that's what I paid here. Anyway, but I mean, I've already kind of went through these cards. They're all the ones that came out of this pack are still here, but I've already kind of like reordered them, and they're not in the same order that they were when I pulled them out. But most of the packs that I've been through have flux cards in them. I get ran different selections, different years of flux. They're not always the same years, but I usually get like some flux cards. Most of them aren't worth a lot. But Most of them are base. Most of the flex cards are base cards. But, you know, I have got Shaquille O'Neal flex cards. So most of the flex cards aren't worth much that I get, but occasionally there are some decent cards. Have got a few rookie cards that are flux cards that they're not worth a lot, but they're, you know, worth something. With the flux cards, though, really you need the color cards, and you know that's just what basically. Unless you get the color cards, you're really not going to get much value out of them. But you know, I haven't looked at this card particularly, but most of the flux cards don't have a lot of value, so I'll have to look at that. But anyway, but this is just going to be, I'm not going over any particular card, but just so you see like an idea of like kind of like what's in the kind of cards that are going to be in these kind of like basketball sets. The NBA hoops, you know. So, you know, I like this particular set, and they have a lot of Hall of Fame players that come out of that set. So there is a possibility, you know, I don't think there was any in this pack. You never know. They could have put some in there. I kind of doubt it. Most of the packs that I get in the cards that I've gone through, like, this kind of seems like they got, like, sets from people and broke them up. But, like, they took out a lot of the expensive cards. Because, like, what's weird about it is that sometimes, like here, and this is what makes me think that it's, like, somebody's set that's broken up, is, like, there's two of these. Like, and originally when I pulled them out, they were, like, back-to-back like this, like, to make it look like they were not the same. So that's, you know, kind of weird. Anyway. But, so yeah, 93 Fleer, 95 Fleer, some Skybox, some other ear hoops, some 90 Fleer. Like, I haven't checked the value of most of these, but you know, there's not going to be a lot of expensive cards in here. But you know, most of the cards that are in here, they're pretty sharp. So, you know, it's not like they're beaten up or like a lot of the time. So they're sharp. I've very rarely found very beaten up cards in here. Although, you know, occasionally, like when I do find a good card, it's not always in the greatest condition. So that there is that. So like some of the better cards that I have found, like in this part of the product, like the cards that were worth quite a bit that I have found in here, they weren't in the best condition. So even though the rest of the cards like are really sharp, sometimes when I found expensive cards in here, they weren't in the greatest condition, which is kind of making me think that yeah, they're going through there and they're trying to figure out like, okay, so the product's $6.99. They're not trying to give you crazy amounts for what you're paying for the packs here in this part of the product where you can see what you're getting. But anyway, so that's the non-mystery part. Once you open it, you know what you're getting. But really what I'm actually trying to get out of it are these packs, because like I said, you know, I'm getting this as part of like the bonus for my flexible spending. So these packs are kind of what I'm looking for to try to get if I'm going to get anything for my flexible spending. Because some of the other stuff that I can get there, yeah, they have mystery packs and stuff, but they're more than this product. But I get less cards, I think, in some of the other mystery packs that I get. I don't know if I have any to show, but you might get like 4 cards or 8 cards for like basketball or baseball, for the modern stuff, and your percentage of getting a hit is not as high. So with the amount of Hall of Famers that are actually like in this, if you can get one of these, that said, the percentage of times that I got this versus something else, it's still like 60%. So I got this 60% of the time, 40% of the time I got something else. So, you know, for me, it was still worth the odds of this for something, of getting something else there. So let's go ahead and open it up and see if we can get something decent. One of the things I will say though, with if I could go to the dentist and get a pack of these, I would probably be going as often as I could. Oh, there's a Larry Bird. Like, oh great, that's awesome, and that is centered. Look at that. That's centered. That's awesome. Cool. I'm digging that one. Shepperson's, Konak, Dennis Rodman. Not quite as centered. Joe Dumars. That's pretty good. Grandison. So the Dumars and the Larry Bird look pretty good. The Dumars is probably just a touch high. The Bird kind of just very ever so slightly looks off to the right, but it's probably pretty close. It might be close enough, but it's pretty good. I don't know. That's I think close enough to sleeve up, but yeah. So we'll sleeve that one up, and so yeah, but that's good. Let's see, how's the back look? You can probably see the back better than I can with the extra light, because that yellow probably shows better in the camera than it does to my eyes in the light. Sleeve up Rodman. I don't know that I'll be submitting to Rodman, but still nice. So there you go. Got there. So no magic this time, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for taking a look.